Hi, thank you for clicking on the video and I hope everyone is doing really well. I make a lot of videos about popular fad diets, but my main focus is on eating disorder recovery and awareness. So what do dumb diets have to do with eating disorders? Something that a lot of people forget is an eating disorder has to stem from somewhere. And for a lot of people, their eating disorder developed from a very innocent fad diet. I want to bring awareness to the connection between eating disorder development and the diet industry. What information is this industry preaching that can get so twisted in a person's head that they take it to such dangerous, deadly, obsessive extremes? The thing about the majority of fad crash diets is they're already extreme themselves. Combine that with a person who is desperate to lose weight, wants to be fit, wants to be healthy, they might just want to like themselves, or they have a mixture of those desires, and you're well on your way to developing an eating disorder. Mix in a little obsessive, high-strung, intense, or addictive personality, and you've created the perfect recipe for developing an eating disorder. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm saying that no one should try to lose weight or get healthy for the sake of their own lives. What I'm saying is you need to be careful. The diet industry is banking on the fact that your desire to lose weight or get healthy or whatever your goal is will overshadow your own common sense and intelligence. I used to, and I still do, pride myself in being very strong-willed and very strong-minded, but even I became victim to this industry's dark side. If you ever say or think to yourself, oh, that'll never happen to me, that happens to other people, I'm stronger than that, I'm better than that, that's not going to happen to me, just by having that thought invites the notion that it can happen to you. Everyone and anyone is susceptible to developing an eating disorder, even from the most innocent of places. We are brainwashed into believing that what makes a diet good is whether or not the results are weight loss. We are bombarded with the notion of quick fixes, crash diets, lose this much weight in a week, cut 2 dress sizes in 5 days. And we are so impressed by the results that we don't even think about the process. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. There are some pretty big warning signs that you can spot when determining whether a diet is good or bad. There are some characteristics that help weed out the sketchy diets from the reasonable ones. So this whole video is going to be presenting those warning signs that you can look for if you are thinking of going on a diet. If a diet starts out by saying, eat whatever you want and still lose weight, skip it. Here's why. If you are overweight, it's probably due to the fact that you are already eating everything that you want to be eating. And have you lost weight? No. So the claim, eat whatever you want and still lose weight, is just something to grab your attention and bring you in and then trick you. Diets that say you can eat whatever you want in the subtitle probably indicate later in the explanation that you're going to have to compensate somewhere else in order for weight loss to happen. Whether that's through excessive exercise, fasting practices, cutting your portions in half, or other forms of restriction. If a diet requires you to restrict your calories to obscene lows, this is another diet you should skip. Low-calorie diets ask you to essentially starve yourself while increasing your exercise and still trying to function as a normal human who has a life. The more a diet says we can't have something, us as humans, our natural reaction is to want that thing. When we restrict, our cravings grow stronger the more we resist. The thing with low-calorie diets is they're not sustainable. Restriction cannot satisfy us, and eventually we will give in and return back to our bad habits. If a diet limits you to very few foods or food groups, move on. When a diet limits your food options, just remember this is another form of restriction. As I just mentioned, the more we are told we can't have something, the more we want those things. The same thing applies here. The more we feel limited and confined, the more we try to break free. But when we break the rules on a diet, we feel like a failure, which leads to feelings of guilt. From there, we feel like we're the problem, like we can't get anything right. We never stop and question the diet itself. If fasting is part of a diet, this is not a good diet. I can understand fasting for cultural or religious tradition, but fasting for weight loss is ineffective. If a diet straight up asks you to abstain from eating for long periods of time, I would say you have the right to deem that diet unhealthy. Fasting is the ultimate form of restriction. When you aren't consuming enough calories, or in this case, any at all, your body believes that it is starving. When your body is starving, survival mode kicks in and our metabolism adjusts. It is easier for your metabolism to adapt to fewer calories than to adapt to an increase in calories after you've been in a deficit. This means that when you return to normal eating practices, your weight gain will equal or surpass whatever it is you lost. What's important to remember is that when your body is in survival mode, it will do anything to survive, which means your body will break down from the inside out. It will begin to eat away at your fat storage, your fluids, and your muscle. People always associate muscle with powerlifting, bodybuilders, weightlifting, sports like that. But they always seem to forget that your heart is also a muscle. And your heart and other organs are easy sources of energy and sustenance when your body is starving. Another sign to look for is if a diet includes a cheat meal or a cheat day. Cheat days or cheat meals reward good behavior with the bad behavior that you've been trying to stop. To cheat means to partake in something that is forbidden or something that has been labeled as bad. The idea of a cheat day or a cheat meal encourages the mental behavior of separating foods into two categories, the good category and the bad category. This behavior is classic eating disorder mentality, believing that certain foods are somehow evil and other foods are safe and good. Despite the fact that you are allowing yourself to cheat, feelings of guilt and shame will always be associated with the idea of cheating and with the consumption of those bad foods. This leads to the line of thinking, I've already messed up, I might as well go all the way and really mess up. This prevents us from truly enjoying the foods we like because we've labeled them as bad. When we deprive ourselves of delicious things like sugar, salt, and carbs for a long period of time, when we do finally have a cheat meal or a cheat day, we tend to go overboard because those are the things that we crave the most when we are trying to be healthy. If a diet is also labeled as a detox, just find something better. Detox diets are the ultimate scam. They require you to put your body through hell while promising you that you're just ridding your body of toxins. It's a cleanse. It's good for you. Us as humans, we don't have to torture ourselves to rid our bodies of toxins and waste. Lucky for us, our biology does that for us naturally. I've said it before and I'll say it again. We already have organs in our body, i.e. the kidneys and the liver, whose sole purpose is to cleanse our body of toxins, waste, and other things that shouldn't be there. If we just learn to be a little patient and just let our body do its job, then we'll begin to feel healthier and happier. If a diet includes magic miracle foods, skip it. Green tea, apple cider vinegar, lemon water, even weight loss pills that are marketed as all natural are just some of the magic, miracle, super secret weight loss foods. So if someone swears by this pill or this food, we latch onto their word like they're Jesus preaching the ultimate truth. Chances are they are selling you a program and they are selling you a dream. Have you ever noticed how expensive these programs, these supplements, these weight loss pills, these weight loss drinks and things really are? These people don't care about your well-being. They are making a profit off your desperation and low self-esteem. And the problem with their magic weight loss program and pills and supplements and drinks and everything, they are nearly impossible to succeed at. And you're bound to fail. But remember, it's never the program's fault. It's your fault. You just did it wrong. You gave up too quickly. You weren't disciplined enough. You're too out of control. We need to start questioning the absurdities. But of course, even though you failed once, they will welcome you back with open arms and say, you always have a second chance. Here, just buy my program again. Buy this thing again. Buy this other thing again. Try it again. Not only are they welcoming you back, they're welcoming your money back. If a diet claims to be the secret to weight loss, it's probably lying. This usually means that it is a restrictive diet and it is too good to be true. The diet secrets usually contradict the leading health organizations' statements about healthy living and clean eating, and usually go against what scientific research and studies have shown and proven to be factual and true. Because fad diets are so absurd, most people give up just a few months in, which leads to feelings of guilt and feeling like a failure. And they resort back to their old unhealthy eating habits. But we need to remember that makes the diet the failure, not the person. A person should not be expected to follow an impractical list of rules that could ultimately be detrimental to their health. So now you know how to spot a bad diet. How do you spot a good diet? A good diet should focus on keeping weight off, not obsessing over losing weight. We all live different lives. We all live different places. We go to different schools. We have different jobs. We live different lives and different lifestyles. A good diet should be flexible to fit into your lifestyle, not your life fit into your diet. A good diet should encourage mindfulness, balance, proper nutrition and information, and an understanding of proper nutrition. It should encourage you to enjoy what you are eating, encourage you to try new things and have variety. A good diet should encourage you to go slow and make small changes, not rush into an extreme diet that requires you to eliminate 95% of your food options. A good diet should teach you about balance, patience, and realistic and unrealistic expectations. I think before starting a new diet, people need to be a little bit more patient and do a little bit more research. We all just want to lose weight and we want to lose weight fast, and so we will just do the easiest thing that comes to us. But if we sit down, really put the time and effort into learning about diet, it'll make being on a diet so much easier because you understand why you're doing it. You understand why you're choosing certain foods over other foods. You're learning about the benefits of food and learning why certain vitamins and certain minerals and certain nutrients work together to make our body function properly and give us a life where we have energy and we're strong and we can do the things we want to do. Anyway, thank you so much for clicking on the video. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed. If you are not subscribed, maybe think about subscribing. And if you enjoyed this video and if you learned anything, please hit the thumbs up and I will see you next time. Bye.